Hello, healers and health seekers. It's me, Ichoda, healing with medical medium information for 30 months now. It's time for What's Up Wednesday. That is where I come and talk to you about my healing journey and what's been going on with me. And it's actually Thursday. Honestly, I usually film my What's Up Wednesday videos on Tuesday so that I can get them up early on Wednesday because I have to edit them after. And I'm filming it on Thursday, so let's hope I get it up today sometime. It's late, and I'll tell you why. This week has been a very heavy week of fatigue and sadness and just big, heavy energy. Honestly, if you're sensitive at all, I'm sure you've been feeling it too in the world and in yourself and wondering, like I am anyway, or like I have been, is this my energy? Is this me? Or is this something I'm feeling? Because when you have that empathic tendency, it's very hard sometimes to distinguish what's yours and what belongs to other people's. But because of our connectedness, it's honestly kind of all ours in a way. Big stuff coming up to be healed in the world lately. Really big stuff. And I have been drained and fatigued and tired and out of it. My sleep has been poor. It's like all I can do to just get any food into my face. So mostly it's been potatoes. I'll just steam a big pot of potatoes in the Instant Pot. And I eat them with lettuce and tomato. And I put taco seasoning on them and salt, and sometimes I'll put Hayash Foster stir fryer sauce, and sometimes I just eat them plain, or not plain I should say, with the seasoning, the taco seasoning and salt. They have been my staple lately, my mainstay. Other than obviously every morning, lemon water, celery juice, heavy metal detox smoothie, and then after that it's just like, I just have been so fatigued. So, in addition to this fatigue and sort of sadness and heaviness, I have felt down on myself about things like I'm not doing what I should be doing, or I don't know, just not having a whole lot of self-compassion. And I know I can do better. And today I woke up and I did feel like I had had a little bit more sleep, like a more solid sleep, instead of just constant waking and all this stuff. And I am feeling a little more energetic and a little more open. Like I hadn't been able to rebound even this past week, but today I did. And it was 6 minutes, but it was 6 minutes of rebounding that I hadn't been able to do this past week because I'd just been so out of it. I have been crafting. I posted this on my Instagram, but I have an advent calendar that's quilted that I made years and years ago for my son because the holiday season would give him such heightened anxiety levels that I felt like, could we spread this out a little more? And I suggested to him different things. Can we do the 12 days of Christmas instead of like one big haul on the holiday itself? And he didn't want to do that because he likes the big haul, but I was like, the anxiety and the anticipation was so much for him. It was just caused meltdowns and it was really hard. Anyway, I came up with, well, I didn't come up with this. Other people, this tradition started a long time ago, the countdown, the advent calendar. So we started getting him Lego or Playmobil advent calendars when he was younger, and that seemed to lessen the anxiety a little bit because he'd have something to look forward to open every day. And those were really fun. And I wanted to make one because I like to quilt sometimes. And I saw this idea for the advent calendar that's a tree, and then you have all the presents are the windows for the little gifts inside. And then I made felt ornaments to put in the present boxes. So then you hang the felt ornaments each day. And he chose all of the designs for the felt ornaments and the patterns. I chose a couple, but he chose most of them. So this year, that story is leading up to. So this year, he decided, he's 13 and his tastes have changed a bit. So some of the ornaments, he was like, I just don't want those anymore. And can we please change them? And I was like, yeah, sure. So we picked out designs together. He decided which ones he wanted. We picked out some more designs. And over half of them he wanted changed. Like 13 or 14 of them I've redone. And I'm just finishing those up soon. But I got most, they're mostly done. And so that's what I've been doing lately, kind of instead of my normal routine stuff, because I don't normally craft every day. I don't normally have all my felt out all over my desk and little scraps everywhere. It's been very interesting trying to make these ornaments with a kitten, because each ornament's only about like yay big. So they're not huge. So cutting all the shapes and all that stuff, I just have like little bits of felt everywhere, and the cat it's been a challenge, but it's been okay. I've been managing. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing instead of kind of anything else. And yesterday I was crafting. I got, when you craft, or sometimes, I don't know, I get in a zone. And because of all the fatigue and the blah, I just haven't, I didn't get to making the videos, and that's why I'm late. Anyway, other than that, I know that I need to have that compassion for myself and just be like, look at what you are doing. You're doing great. It's good. And I'm so grateful that I do have these tools. I'm aware of self-compassion. I'm aware of my need to have it. I keep kind of vacillating between having it and not having it. And maybe that's not compassion, maybe that's confidence, like Anthony says. I don't know. But I know it's important to recognize what I am doing. I know it's important to say, hey, Choda, look, you're eating no fat. You're eating all healing foods. Everything you eat is good for your body, is helping your liver, is helping your body. And I have been, because I haven't started the 369 cleanse yet from the Liver Rescue book, but I have been aware of it. I've read that chapter, and I know what foods to incorporate that are really important for the liver. And I have been eating lots of Brussels sprouts, and I have been eating lots of, I haven't been eating lots of apples. I've been eating more apples, but not, I want to get up to that level of eating a bunch of apples. Pretty regularly I have the Liver Rescue applesauce as a snack. I've been making the medical medium Brussels sprouts, different variations of that recipe, a bunch, and I like Brussels sprouts. I kind of always have, and so it's not hard for me to eat a pound of Brussels sprouts a day. No problem. I can whip up a batch and eat those. I really enjoy that. And I love asparagus, but it is not in season anywhere that we can get it. And if you can get it, which is kind of rare around here, it's really expensive. So we haven't gotten as much asparagus. Anyway, so I've been just sort of incorporating those healing foods, and I'm doing like lemon balm hibiscus tea at night, and doing a lot of chaga tea in the morning. By a lot, I just mean daily chaga tea. So all of those things I should recognize, I'm recognizing them. These are the things that I am doing, and this is great. And I have started rebounding, and even though I haven't been able to do it in pretty much like a week, I did it today. So that's good. And it does make me feel better emotionally to do those things. And I recognize that this is the time of year when that seasonal affective disorder begins, and my son and I have both been pretty affected by it because we do not get out of the house when it's winter. We do not like the cold. We both have very sensitive nervous systems, so extreme cold is not very good for us. So we don't go out a lot. I go out the least amount. I don't leave the house maybe once every couple of weeks. It's pretty bad. I don't. And you guys, we're gonna move to, I hate winter so much in Wisconsin. I hate it so much because it's so cold and I can't go out and I don't get any sunlight and I don't get any fresh air and I'm cooped up and it makes my zany brainy. And we're talking about moving to Colorado, where I don't think the winters are very different. I mean, they're milder, but they still have a lot of snow. We'd still be inside a lot because it doesn't matter that we're living in Colorado. We're not going to go outside in the cold and do winter sports. We've never been those people. And I don't think that's going to start. So I'm like, how is Colorado going to be okay for us. How is that gonna work if we, because it's hard, like, I don't want to be cooped up all winter. I miss the Pacific Northwest so much. And if you're wondering why we don't go back to the Pacific Northwest, I wish we could. It has become not at all affordable. And then the areas that we could afford are pretty polluted. And I'm just like, what are we gonna do? How is this gonna winter stuff? It's hard. It's hard for me to cope with. I don't do well. Clearly, I don't do well in winter. Oh, I wanted to talk about another thing too. So I don't know if it's the cooked foods when I mean, look, I have the strong sense that what I should be doing is more raw foods. Eating cooked foods is not bad. It does, however, slow down the cleansing activity in your body of the raw food that you eat. And I have noticed that since I have been eating all this cooked food, like for lunch and dinner, when I say all this cooked food, I mean I will have cooked food for lunch, I will have cooked food for dinner, and sometimes I will have cooked food in between lunch and dinner as a snack. I've been eating like less fruit than usual. I mean, obviously still the heavy metal detox smoothie, and then I'll sometimes have that liver rescue applesauce, but I'm not eating as much fruit as I was, or as much greens. I'm not happy about any of this. I'm like, this is not what I want to be eating, and yet it's almost like a vicious cycle. So I have been eating all the cooked foods, and I noticed that pain is coming back into my body. I'm having kind of some tightness in my shoulders. That's like less of a big deal, but I have this sensation in the heel of my foot. It's like this flat pressure, or sort of like a flat dull pain, and my friend said that is plantar fasciitis, what you're describing, and she knows because she has it, and I have never in my life had plantar fasciitis. So either I'm doing some sort of deep cleansing where more stuff is coming out of my liver, or I'm a little bit viral. Because what causes plantar fasciitis, I believe, is the Epstein-Barr virus. Whereas I had gotten the Epstein-Barr virus really low, and so I wasn't having the symptoms from the Epstein-Barr. Most of my symptoms would come from shingles or strep. Perhaps either there's a little bit viral, or stuff killing off the viruses is creating toxins. I don't know. So I looked it up in the Thyroid Healing book. And plantar fasciitis is caused by when EBV releases large amounts of neurotoxins throughout the body. Those neurotoxins disperse and settle on weak nerves in the body. If someone was once highly active on her or his feet, or once injured in her or his feet or ankles, I was, whether from dancing, athletics, a turned ankle, or an accident, the neurotoxins find these sensitive nerves almost as if they're targeting them, resulting in inflammation and pain in nerves such as the tibial and the sciatic. For many, plantar fasciitis arises long after an initial injury, because it could be that an injury happened years before a person had an active late-stage EBV infection. Yep. See? It is. It's Epstein-Barr virus. That's the deal. I have had injuries actually in both ankles. It's interesting that it's on the bottom of my heel, but I've had fractures in both of my ankles. I kept my ankle boot for my fracture because I figured if I kept it, it was insurance that I wouldn't get another ankle injury because I would be prepared for it. And if I did injure my ankle, I would be prepared for it because those boots are not cheap. That's just an aside. But that was years ago too. It was years ago that I did that. Because of my connective tissue issues from Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, because I had hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and that causes you to be all flexy. And because of the Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, it just caused my ankles to be weak and my connective tissue to be weak. So it was real easy to roll my ankles. All of my ankle injuries were so uninteresting and uneventful. Like one of them, I was taking a walk with my husband and we were walking down the sidewalk, and the sidewalk was a little bit uneven, and I stepped on this one part and under went my ankle. The other one, I stepped off the curb in front of my house, and there was like this little, there was just this pothole kind of like right where the street met the curb. and there was just this little dip right there. And I just happened to step right there, rolled my ankle. And the third one, that one, I was just walking back into the building we lived in from the trampoline, and I kind of hopped a little bit over the stepping stone and boop, fell down and rolled my ankle. So that was the most recent one. I just told you them in order, the order that they happened. But yeah, I've had some injuries. Had some injuries on my ankles. Interesting that it's coming back now, because it's been so long and I have never had plantar fasciitis before. And so I view it as part of the healing process, and I really just view it as a sign of my body saying, I want more raw food. Please eat more raw food so that I can continue cleansing. Because right now, if I just hold things in and I'm not cleansing, then I think it just is starting to build up. That's my theory. My liver needs to keep cleansing. So I do want to start the 369 cleanse pretty soon. I think today I'm going to work on getting the grocery list made and the meal plan made for myself and just figure it all out, because I'm ready for that. And then hopefully, I'm just going to keep asking the angels for their support and help on this one. Hopefully I will be able to go to at least raw till 4 and have a lot more raw food. The consequences for me if I don't eat high raw are things like this: more pain in my body. I've had more pain in my lower back as well, and my foot, and just feeling more stiff. And then my sleep has been just, ugh. I'm just like, it's not been good, you guys. It's just not good sleep. So that is my week in healing. That's what's been going on with me. What's been going on with you? How's your week in healing? Do you eat more cooked or more raw food? And how do you feel? Do you notice a difference? Oh, also, Alana posted on, I think it was on the Free Your Glow page on Instagram. She posted a question talking about how when she ate more cooked food, she was totally fine eating cooked as long as it was steamed, which Anthony William generally recommends. But there are some recipes that are baked, and sometimes you want to bake some things. And baking is more dehydrating because the oven, there's steam keeps the cooked food hydrated with water, and it keeps the water in the food, whereas baking, like dehydrating, takes the water out of the food. And we need that hydration. We need it. And even I notice that even when I drink an equal amount of something, when I've eaten something baked or dehydrated, it's still not the same as eating something raw with the water in it, living water in it. It's really interesting. So she posted about that, and she said, do you notice a difference if you're eating primarily steamed veggies or if you're eating baked? And I said, you know what? I do notice a difference, actually. I do notice that I'll have more pain and stuff like that. So I've been keeping that in mind as well. So do you notice a difference? Like, do you see a difference in eating steamed or baked? Or is it more just like high raw? Or what do you notice for yourself? I would like to know. Tell me in the comments. Also, about that, the comments. If you're watching my video on a phone, I've had a couple people say like they don't know how to leave comments on the phone. If you scroll all the way down, the comments are at the very bottom of the page and you can leave a comment. I don't know why they do it like that, but you have to scroll all the way down the page under the video. It's really weird. Like past all the other videos they're recommending, like all the way to the bottom. And that's how you can leave a comment on your phone. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give a thumbs up below if you did. You can subscribe to my channel by dinging that subscribe banner down there, the red subscribe. And next to it there is a bell, and you can ding the bell if you want to be notified when I post a new video. I really try hard to post at least one video a week. I try to post more, but sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Healing is a roller coaster, and so sometimes I have the energy and sometimes I don't. Thank you for watching. I love you so much, my healers and health seekers. Blessings on your continued healing journey. You can heal, and stay curious, my healers and health seekers. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.